I think we're good. Don't crash. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Boom. All right. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic, lovely dinosaur action after, I don't know, lost track of how many days off, and things might look a little bit different myself with the camera and whatnot. I had to tweak a lot of things. If you're in the Discord, if you're not, well, you can join that. Link in the description, a link tree to it, and this list, as it always is for me, Stampede Dinosaurs in Pioneer/Explore on Arena, best of 3, as the title says, going towards Mythic after the season reset. But I had to tweak my stream deck, all the little clips and stuff. Some painful moments with OBS, always crashing when I opened it up, and fortunately, well, I mean, you're seeing this now. Fortunately, it seems to be working. And speaking of clips, I did have to trim a few. I kept, the fan favorites, I think. So, we got the
ruthless aggression.
Oh, good stuff. All that. You gotta have ruthless aggression, absolutely. Especially this list, very, very ruthless. Otherwise, we're waiting for the Regal Imperiosaur. I trimmed a lot of stuff from OBS too. I deleted a bunch of useless things. The clips as well. You can imagine all those clips together. They play all at once. Whenever OBS opens up, and that just jacks the CPU, and sometimes OBS would just crash. But I believe, I'm almost certain it was some sort of plugin, unfortunately. And yeah, it seems to have been cleared up. And the greatest thing, I think, the coolest thing for me is how well that Regal Imperiosaur review video is performing. Almost 1,000 views, 30 likes. I think it's basically the best video, the best performing video I've ever done in about 3.5 years. 700 streams. I know it's at least 650 different streams, and then separate videos as well. So if you like dinosaurs, if you happen to be new, well, there you go. And you can also see the waveform visualizer for the music that's playing. That's gone. I was suspecting maybe that plugin was causing issues with the startup. The chat as well. The chat for some reason didn't connect or work properly. It didn't reconnect is what I'm saying. So I'll leave the chat gone. I can still see you guys because I have my secondary monitor. And yeah, we'll jump right into it. Pugnacious Hammerskull to stand in for Regal Imperiosaur eventually, once we get it in 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. Pretty straightforward right there. The same cost, both of them cost 3. Regal Imperiosaur, of course, is a 5/4. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. I only have to have 2 other dinosaurs to get more power than what the Regal Imperiosaur or the Pugnacious Hammerskull gets. Math is hard. But either way, Pugnacious Hammerskull is a big dinosaur like Regal Imperiosaur. They're both kind of similar. However, the potential for Regal Imperiosaur is just through the roof. Oh, as I explained in the video, powering up the dinosaur tokens to be 4 power. Triggering Vaultborn Tyrant's ability even more, even though it doesn't really matter too much. I just want more power. I've tried everything under the sun. Stuff that hurts graveyards, enchantments, a little bit more ramp, some more lands, different dinos. Nothing has ever stuck. The only thing I've ever really enjoyed, more often than not, is more power. To begin with, maintaining the deck's overall game plan, and the average mana value of 4.7. Absolute craziness. But if you happen to be new, there is a primer as well, but I'll go over it. Just a basic rundown. Sunken Citadel. As it enters, we choose a color. We choose green. It taps for 2 green. 1 land, 2 mana. Normally you can't use it on a creature, but you put that towards Castle Garenbrig's activated ability. You have 2 Sunkens. Boom. you have the 4 mana needed to activate Castle. That's 3 lands in total, but you get 6 green for a creature. 3 lands, the most stable way to make a big amount of mana. Carnage Tyrant might be, and often is, the first creature that I play. There you go. You can't kill how I made 6, and then I play this and you can't kill what I just played, and you can't counter what I just played. You might have to sweep Carnage Tyrant because that's the only way to get rid of it. But if you sweep, then another big thing happens afterwards. And there you go. Of course, if you need specific lands, Sylvan Scrying, that's the way to go. Archdruid's Charm as well. Go slow to go fast. Sylvan Scrying, the land that you grab is going to get you 2 closer. It's either going to grab a Sunken Citadel or a Castle Garenbrig. For the sake of consideration, if you have 2 Sunkens and a Castle, just pretend like those 3 lands, each of them tap for 2. Technically they didn't, but it keeps it simple for Sylvan Scrying's case, or Archdruid's Charm. Sylvan Scrying, you're grabbing something that gets you 2 ahead. There you go. You're grabbing something that gets you 2 ahead in the most stable way. Of course, opponents can have land destruction, Field of Ruin, and oh, pardon me. Oh. I'm glad I haven't passed out again yet. My oh my. Some of the nights I was passing out or having OBS issues, but yeah, I've faced a lot of decks with land destruction, Field of Ruin, Demolition Field. Not so nice. Not so nice at all. So Altenac, the thrice called, that's back in because this game is, well, this deck has such a massive, crazy, powerful plan. It can beat up a lot of people. It's not scared of much, so we'll bring in this because that's one thing I'm scared of. Land destruction. Altenac. There we go. 4 copies. A braid as well. I always wanted to use it, especially with the new, the new full art. Oh my, oh my. The new full art from Foundations. Don't worry, I'm going to be putting opponents to sleep. I'm going to be putting opponents to sleep. I won't be putting myself to sleep. The destroy artifact part on a braid here. Very, very key for Damping Sphere, which I've also been facing a little bit. Just an extra way to potentially get rid of that and not having to rely on Archdruids as the only way to get rid of Damping Sphere, but sometimes I just skip over it. JDX, how's it going? Yes, it has. Oh, it's been a while. Las Vegas, oh, good stuff. Wrestling, oh, very nice. Hopefully chess as well, JDX, you've been dabbling in that still. Yeah, I'm going good. Hopefully everybody is doing good. You're staying warm. Hopefully you had a good week. I know it's been a while since we've been here, but if you didn't have a good week, either way, we're going to have a good time right here, right now, whenever it is you're watching, wherever it is. What else we got? A Weathered Runestone. Okay, it decks that cheat out stuff from the graveyard. Greasefang, as we get closer and closer to the release of Aetherdrift and Regal Imperiosaur. Huh. Sounds like someone's yelling outside. I just heard some yell. Just a second, I'm wondering what that is. I also reconnected some of those dinosaur images too. They're not on a timer, so I have to remember to turn it off, but yeah, I'm hearing like loud noises outside. Kind of freaky. Huh. Okay, well, sorry for the delay, the tangent, but back on track. Weathered Runestone, Greasefang, things that cheat out stuff. There you go. We stop it. And Greasefang is going to become more popular. I don't know. I mean, whoever's in, whatever country's in, you're going to pay taxes. Whatever party, chances are you still got to pay taxes. I don't know. Hopefully Medicare, medical care, hospital care, all that stuff. Hopefully it is easily accessible. That's a pretty basic thing. But I don't get my feathers too ruffled. I just try to be nice and go through the world and yeah, all that stuff. I mean, you're going to be living whether or not, hopefully, you're going to be living whether or not whoever's in. So you make the best of it, make the best of your situation, and yeah. Wait, you can't see me. Why can't you see me? Where'd I go? Huh. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's strange. Did I just disappear? How did I not notice myself disappear? See, this is what I was dealing with. This is very, very strange. Why can't people see me? That's what it's all about. Okay, blur. No. Huh. No, that's not it. Very, very odd. Maybe I have to move it up. Huh? Up or down? Strange. But you can hear me. You can hear me. I didn't do that. Oh, about a minute. Okay. Huh. Maybe that'll fix it. Oh, that's not it. Okay, that looks good. Still not. I think it might be my virus defender or something. Bit defender. Huh. I guess I'll keep working on it. I mean, we can do the stream without it, and I'll keep tweaking. Odd. Maybe I have to update something. I updated everything, trying to go through all these weird issues. Huh. Hello and welcome, everybody. You can't see me, but I can see you. Or John Cena. Yeah. It's John Cena. You can't see me. And opponents will not be able to see the damage that is about to be unleashed. Man, this is weird. This reminds me of about close to 4 years ago when I didn't have a webcam. It was just painful, sort of cringy talk about it. It was the best I could do at the moment when I first started out with this. I wasn't very good at talking and stuff. But yeah, it reminds me of that time. The good old days. Oh boy. Huh. I'll maybe try to fiddle as we get into the first match here, but yeah, into it. Okay. I think we do that. Let's do that. I should probably face him the other way. Nah, I don't want to mess anything up. Click on something. Maybe he's a little bit too big. Yeah, I think he's a little bit too big. Shrink him down a little bit. Okay, there we go. That hand, though, absolutely perfect as, yeah. And things seems a little bit glitchy. Ruthless. It's completely ruthless.
No.
And also, let me know if the volume on some of the clips is a little bit too loud. I had to re-add them, and I think I tweaked the levels of each clip to their proper amount. Some are louder than others, and when I made them, the bass file is louder, so you have to be a little bit careful. Don't want to be caught out. Hopefully, Pugnacious Hammerskull is not stolen by whatchamacallit to claim the firstborn. That would be rough. Cross your fingers. I'm playing Pugnacious just because next turn I play Carnage, and the turn after I okay, never mind. Boom. I wasn't even ruthless. Okay, huh. Well, it's cat combo, so we got Weathered Runestone, or some sort of cat variation. We trim Weathered Runestone, or Pugnacious, I should say. That thing's gonna die to, Fatal Push, which is also a benefit. Removal, cheap removal, is mostly useless or sometimes dead if there's nothing out for them to use it on. Pretty straightforward. So we got that there. Weathered Runestone to stop the cat from coming back. Yeah. There you go. Doesn't get much more easy than that. Maybe they're shook. They didn't even see it coming. You can't see me, and they may never have faced this before. Yeah, this is extra weird. I probably have to fiddle with quite a few more settings. Just unfortunate. I updated the drivers, reinstalled OBS, made sure my computer was updated properly. That hand, definitely perfect, I would think. I mean, it's certainly perfect with a second Archdruid's Charm. We're getting to 7 on turn 4, I would think. Probably. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully I draw somebody big next turn. Somebody that I'll be able to drop on turn 4 for a 6 or 7. Oh, okay. Well, we got it with the Carnage Tyrant. I could also use Archdruid's Charm to search for Ghalta, the second Archdruid's Charm. We'll see how low I am. I mean, I am at full health now. The opponent doesn't have a Witch's Oven or a Mayhem Devil or even a Cauldron Familiar, so I think we have time to pretty much do whatever we want. Oh my. And maybe the internet glitched out or something, bad weather. I have to imagine that Thoughtseize would rip probably one Archdruid's Charm. Either way, we're grabbing a Castle Garenbrig and get that out of the way. Maybe they make a goof and they get rid of the second, or they don't get rid of the second Archdruids. I'm thinking that's what they're going to get rid of. Either way, I'm playing something next turn, and it's going to be something decently big. Okay, that could be their downfall. If they don't have another piece of hand hate. I wonder. And I like that little thinking dinosaur. I kind of moved him to sit on top of the scroll bar, and I think that fits a little bit better. He's a little bit bigger. I'm just going to play a forest. We're going to search for Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. We're going to hope they don't have any more hand hate. With the things that they have out, I don't imagine they're going to have lethal this turn. So if I can find Ghalta, they might just be dead. If they do have, something like Kolgan's Command, I have to discard a card. This is perfectly fine. I got 2 extra lands that I don't need at all. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess you guys can't see me yawn, so that's a positive. Keep things more interesting. I might have already put some of you to sleep, even though I'm starting earlier. Mayhem done? Are you going to ping me for enough is the question. Okay, yeah, no, that's still not going to do it. Still not going to do it. Can use those treasures. Oh, I guess not. All right. I think we could get it done. Of course, I would expect that we're drawing somebody big. Oh, that's definitely gonna do it. Go big, go home, and smoke them. Poof. Now they will have 4 damage coming towards everything. They could take out 1 Regisaur Alpha with the sacrificing pings. Probably just going to quit right here, though, I would think.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Yeah, surprise. Tap 5 lands, played something for 8, and then I ate this opponent. Yeah. Look at them desperately mousing over the lands. They're thinking I cheated. They can't understand. They can't understand how that just happened. Oh my goodness! I should have had a nap. Maybe I'm just tired of dumpstering opponents after the season reset yesterday. Whew, I can never get tired of that though. That's going to be good. I think they just uninstalled Mad Dad Lab. Yes, absolutely. Huh. Yeah, I think I'll try and flip the dino guy here. Let me show transformation, flip. Huh. Oh my goodness. Transform, flip horizontal. Oh, there we go. Flip horizontal. Perfect. The proud dino is looking on at the ruthlessness. This hand could technically work. I need one more source of green or a Sylvan to get the third source of green or Commune to dig for it. Is it going to be somebody with Thoughtseize? We're about to find out, but there's definitely a lot of things that I would hopefully draw by turn 3. I would expect to draw... Oh, okay, well, that's not too good. I like risking it once in a while. Showing how things can pay off. Huh. Well, it's Rakdos Aggro. Oh, look at that, folks. At the very least, I'm making 6 next turn, but I could make 7 if I draw land that enters untapped. Oh, well, they have 2 slick shot show-offs. This is Rakdos Aggro, and we might be about to die. Probably. Of course, aggressive decks are the most painful thing to face for this deck. Everybody usually has to have a weakness, but Vaultborn Tyrant would have been pretty ideal there. I would imagine we're just dead. They're probably going to deal enough damage, especially with all the spells that pumped out. Yep, there we go. Oh, they're at 9 already. I want to throw up.
Dang! Oh!
Yeah. Casually dealing 23. 23. A braid? Well, that's going to help. Certainly. Give us a little bit of a fighting chance. Pugnacious Hammer Skull, of course, against those particular creatures. The slick shot show-off doesn't do anything. Those guys have flying, and Pugnacious cannot block it. Yeah. Hey, I don't always have removal. Oftentimes because, at least on the ladder here on Arena, I don't face aggro too much. With the season reset, though. I don't know why I'm talking with my hands. I am talking with my hands, but you guys can't see me. With the season reset, I would imagine people want to fly up the ladder in best of 3, and sometimes they gravitate towards aggressive decks. You can churn through matches and games pretty quick, but for the most part, I would assume that you would face aggro more in best of 1, where perhaps that particular strategy can be hurt quite a bit with the sideboard. You know, people bringing in more sweepers to decimate an aggressive deck that perhaps played into the sweeper, or somebody just brings in more single target removal and that sort of thing. Oh, I mean, it's basically perfect, good to go. Hopefully a braid can take out a slick shot show off and give us a fighting chance here. We do have our source of red with that commercial district, and they haven't played any creature turn 1. Sometimes they do, but I just felt, we'll play it safe. Sunken... Oh, man. I don't need a Sylvan Scrying, which is crazy. Basically, I hope to see no other lands. I would be flooded. Oh, well, Thoughtseize is painful. See, look, Rakdos has hand hate, so you just lose your removal anyways. Why did I bother bringing it in? Yeah, they don't always have Thoughtseize, but still. We'll see. If you're going to hurt this kind of deck, you likely want 3 pieces of hate. Carnage Tyrant is not going to save us. We'll see. Oh, yeah, okay, well, never mind. It's an aggro deck that also gets to have Thoughtseize. Pretty painful. Nothing I haven't dealt with before. There was one night, probably a month ago, roughly, where I faced, I think it was Rakdos Aggro, in 9 of 10 matches in a row. The odd match out was Celestia Hatebirds, Taxes. That was, I mean, a little bit taxing on my morale, for sure. But I still made it work. Okay. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Garuk Zama Do Ri. Wonder if it's gonna be something green related with that Garuk out of. Wow. I think that hand's pretty darn good. We see a Yorion, so possibly Azorius control. Could also be 5-color something. Oh, okay. Well, with that Castle Garenbrig, lovely. I would assume they have a counter spell. Maybe they. Oh, they don't have a counter spell. Very nice that we can go off and grab the Sunken Citadel. Good, 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 good. Ah, indomitable creativity coming in hot. So, I mean, hopefully they don't have indomitable creativity. Could also be transmogrify, but they are about to likely cheat something. Oh, no, maybe not. Jeskai control, perhaps. Oh, with a deputy of detention and temporary lockdown. Strange. A little strange. Well, this is very good for us. Next turn we play Carnage. Turn after that, Vaultborn Tyrant, and well, they're going to be scratching their head, wondering potentially what they can do. But it's not transmogrify or creativity. If they have deputy of detention, this could be a hit for those 2 spells. If you're playing creativity or transmogrify, you only have big creatures to grab, I imagine. Or this person is just jamming a bunch of wacky stuff. Nimble Larcenist. This is 4-color hodgepodge pile. Oh well, if they have a counterspell, if they did have a counterspell, it doesn't really matter. We'll get that Vaultborn Tyrant down. They only have 1 red. Next turn they might be dead. Maybe they triple block Carnage Tyrant, maybe they don't. Oh, I don't have haste though, unfortunately. You can see, even with 4 Regisaur Alpha and 4 Palani's Hatcher, sometimes you just don't see it. But what might be up their sleeve? Leyline Binding isn't too bad. Huh. I mean, I'm not super scared. As long as we can land Ghalta, I would think that's enough to get the job done. You would hope. I mean, I'm certainly going to be drawing enough. You can't counter it. Try it. The prompt is asking them if they want to. No, it's too bad. Oops. And I got Palani's Hatcher, which is absolutely hilarious, so. I'll tell you why sometimes I think that happens. Cavern of Souls. Maybe they don't realize it, they haven't accounted for it. But Arena asks you, if you try to counter something that can be countered, it asks, are you sure you want to try and counter this spell or ability. And of course you're sure you want to because you want to. But it's asking if you want to because you can't with Cavern of Souls. So the opponent perhaps thought it was just a check on the prompt or something like that. But yeah, I guess it's been a long time since that's happened. Most people don't make that mistake if you get a little bit higher into diamond and whatnot. But it's not any particular strategy. Some enchantment stature. Treacherous blessing. Pardon me. Treacherous blessing. Treacherous blessing. Binding. I say we keep it the same. Perhaps the opponent is shook. Maybe. A little bit tilted. I don't know. It's not any particular strategy, but it could have a lot of painful stuff. We do have to be quite respectful of whatever they might have. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. Yeah, we'll try it. Took him down in game 1. And this could work out quite fantastically. I wouldn't have kept it if it didn't have an Archdruid's Charm, but I could be drawn into a Sunken, a Castle, a Commune with Dinosaurs, Sylvan Scrying to grab a Castle or a Sunken, whatever Archdruid's Charm doesn't get. At the very least, they are tapped out, so fortunately I could just grab it in case they do have a counter spell, because you know they could have just about anything being 5-color, somewhat random pile, I have to imagine. I don't think it's Bring to Light. This opponent perhaps combined a bunch of their best spells together. Seems like they're somewhat making it work as Field of Ruin. What was I saying about opponents starting to use Field of Ruin a little bit more? Altanac the Thrice Called is coming in hot. Absolutely, for game 3 if it goes to that. We're going to be getting Castle Garenbrig back. And Altanac the Thrice Called's ability. Oh, well, never mind. You don't have to get it back if you just draw it. Well, maybe burn a counter spell here, I would think. Oh. That is very telling. That is very good. Because I think it could mean they don't have a counter spell. Nothing happened. That piece of removal on play, Fatal Push on the token. Yeah. Okay, nothing. What's going on? They had 3 mana to swamp the island in with treasure, and there was nothing they could do. Makes me wonder. A sweeper, perhaps. I was able to make 6 green for Castle, but I had to do all the lands normally to have the red for Palani's Hatcher. Touch the Spirit Realm. It's not too bad. Not super worried about that. Might as well stop myself from taking 2. The other Palani's Hatcher is going to make 2 more dinosaur eggs, so I do have a fantastic chump blocker in it. So it should be sunken just to get Ghalta levels of mana next turn. I'm actually going to have 1 extra with Stomping Ground. If I draw Commune with Dinosaurs, I can cast that for a green, take to find a nice dino, and still have enough for Big G. Maybe they sweep, maybe they're getting a little bit scared. But you got to keep in mind, they could play some painful creature. Oh, that's interesting. That was not a good choice from the opponent. They could have stolen Palani's Hatcher temporarily before it cracked one of those tokens and I attacked with them. Fires of Invention. Huh. Okay. 5-color Fires of Invention. I guess I should have brought in Back to Nature to destroy all enchantments. But of course they only have 1 thing left, so they could just be dead. They can only play things on their turn. So cross your fingers they don't have 1 counter spell up and waiting. I think they might have. They might have. I guess not. Dead. Done. That's got to do it. They're only at 8.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
I think the levels on that body bag clip are high enough. I did drop it down quite a bit, but the base level of it was pretty low, especially because it's an older movie. A lot of older movies where I get the clips from, the levels are not so great. I have to artificially raise it. Basically, I have to crank up the decibels, save the video at the higher decibels, and then I reopen that saved file and crank that up further, so it's kind of like you cheat up the decibels again and again. I can only crank it up, I don't know, 12 or 20, and then you save it and you crank that increased one up as a separate different file, another 20, and you get the idea. You can get around the limit of the program that I'm using. Okay. Whew. Let's keep the pain train going, I hope. And especially because I started, that's me leaning around my monitor to my second one to see the time. Since I started early at 9 o'clock. Just to make up for all those nights that I was, missing, well, we'll try for 2 hours, maybe even 3 or 4. Sounds like my wife left something in the microwave. We got a new microwave and it dings, so I don't know, I kind of like it. The Chandra avatar, one of the Chandra avatars, you have to imagine it's going to be something maybe a little bit aggressive, something red, but with that hand, the opponent, well, they could be dead. I guess it would be somewhat confirming if it was more aggro, facing 2 in such quick succession. We'll have it tapped. I don't really need it untapped. I do have my turn to play with Sylvan Scrying and, well, more communes. That's fine by me. See if we draw out a counter spell, maybe a Spell Pierce. If it is Izzet Phoenix, that's not going to be too much trouble. Next turn, though. We don't play Castle Garenbrig. You never play Castle Garenbrig. If you have a Commune or a Sylvan Scrying, you search and try to find that Sunken Citadel and have it be your land for the turn. Okay, it is Phoenix. Prof's Addictic Memory. It could be a little bit problematic. I would imagine I see a Sunken. Oh, hey, look, I see a... What was I saying? If I had played Castle first, I couldn't have played Sunken instead. Now that I did what I did, I'm making 6 for Carnage Tyrant. The opponent has, a wee bit of removal. Doesn't matter, can't stop this. You can't counter, you can't target. They perhaps waited. They might have wasted a bit of time going towards nothing. You get the idea. Can't target, can't counter. Boom. Next turn we get Tyrranax Rex, and hopefully that clock is enough to get the job done. I hope there isn't a Ledger Shredder. That Picklock Prankster is going to get decently sized though. That may be next turn. This turn it might only get 1 counter if they draw 1 extra card. Okay, still nothing. I might just quit right here. Poof, can't counter and target. Another one, can't counter and target. My clock is a little bit better. Boom. Okay. Do I care about that? No. Not really. For anybody that is new, if you happen to be new, I don't know, 6 months back, maybe a year back, I was using Graveyard Hate against Izzet Phoenix, as many of us do, but I just started to win against it without the Graveyard Hate by just maintaining my same deadly plan. I was just bigger and better and faster more often than you might expect. I don't have to care about what they're doing from the graveyard if my stuff is more damaging. Yeah, the Grease Fang though, I would bring in Graveyard Hate for that deck. it could be bad, but keep in mind, 1 Sunken and we're making 6. 1 Sylvan Scrying and we're making 6 because we grab a Sunken. Same with Archdruid's Charm. Commune to dig for a Sunken. And opponent's chances could have Sunken. Especially nice with that Forest, I would say. A decent chance to see 1 of 12 things coming up. Technically 1 of 16 that would get us what we're looking for. It's easy enough to stay positive. Nice to keep a hand and, be 1 card up. Look at that Commune. Okay, hopefully no Spell Pierce. Cross your fingers. No Spell Pierce. Don't do it. Oh! Well, hey, we did have to pass up a Sylvan Scrying, but keep in mind, we are 5 closer to a Sunken or an Archdruid's Charm. It's not like I sent an Archdruid's and a Sylvan to the bottom. So we got an Archdruid's coming up, a Sunken coming up. Maybe another Commune. The first Sunken. We're a quarter of the way through the deck. 49 cards in. I've seen 4 on the bottom, so technically there's 45 that I haven't seen. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's got to be coming up. I mean, it's going to get killed. I'm just not even going to bother playing it. It's going to get killed or countered. Lightning Axe, probably going to target it. Yeah, that's never fun. Oh boy. But of course I've come back from worse, definitely. Things can't always go your way, even if you have 20 lands in your deck like I do. There's still the scenarios, the times that you will get flooded. I mean, it's getting a little big. I'm still not going to bother playing Pugnacious. This is rough stuff. That Sylvan Scrying, oh boy, that would have been nice. I tell ya. See if we get something good next turn. If we don't, chances are it's possibly over. Depending how many extra cards they draw this turn. How big that Picklock Prankster gets. But with an Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard that they're definitely getting out. Nuts. Or not getting out, I guess. It appears like they must have a ton of removal, counters and whatnot in their hand. Stuff that requires something on the opponent's side. Creatures on the opponent's side, which I have nothing out yet. They had 2 mana there, 2 Steam Vents, I believe, and they still didn't do anything with them. Huh. Yeah, just keep slapping 1 on it. Could Vaultborn Tyrant save me enough? Probably not. But you never know. If it's going to be anything, it is going to be Vaultborn Tyrant. Or they just have something, a counter spell. Hey, no, you do what you got to do. Well, I'll certainly be prioritizing Cavern of Souls. I can tell you that much. It's just too bad I didn't see it. Many Phoenix opponents, they have that disdainful stroke in the sideboard, bring it in whenever they face off against some deck with costly things. And I gotta say, that second Cavern of Souls continues to feel very, very nice indeed. For a while there, I was only using 1 copy of Cavern, just because having 2 or 3 I felt was a little bit much. It tainted getting to Archdruid's Charm, because Cavern of Souls can't make a green to cast Archdruids, and that made me very mad a couple times. Furious almost. That's the keeper. 100% will send Pugnacious to the bottom, the least important part of that hand. See a Sunken? Yeah, we're looking good. Sylvan, Archdruids, you name it. Ooh. A forest is something. Better to have another land than no land at this point. Yeah, but we could still get there. Maybe they'll continue to hold on to that disdainful stroke or something like that. Might be a stroke of luck if I can win this, just because it hasn't been quite so hot. But that's another thing, just mulliganing aggressively. I think that's probably the most important thing to get comfortable with. You can go down super low and poof, all of a sudden we got an Archdruid's Charm, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. They might have a Spell Pierce, you know. I'll wait and see if they spend that one blue or red. Try and find our opening. Yep, look, there we go. Hopefully they had a Spell Pierce. Ah, shucks. I feel so bad. I mean, I could draw Ghalta next turn, possibly kill him if they completely tap out, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't really care too much about the swarm of little tokens, the soldiers, just because most of the dinos that are in here have trample. We're going to plow right through pretty much everything that they got. They know something painful is coming up. Leaving that mana, huh? Oh, you got that disdainful stroke up your sleeve there, do you? Let's see how well that works. Do you like wasting time? Keep doing it. Hopefully they don't get too many Phoenixes in the graveyard. We're still at 17. I do want to see a Cavern of Souls at some point, though. Oh, Thing in the Ice. Well, that is certainly quite a bit painful, but we got this. That's good. I'm fine with that. Thing in the Ice could be a little bit hard to play around. Honestly, Thing in the Ice is so completely uncommon. Almost never faced. I faced a Thing in the Ice Izzet Phoenix variation maybe 2 weeks ago, I would say. Probably 2 weeks ago. And other than that, never. In months, many, many months. Attacking with everything because they're going to flip Thing in the Ice to make the Awoken Horror. Possibly bounce Tyrranax Rex if I tried to attack with it. And we'll see. I'm not going to play Ghalta if they're going to bounce things. I'm still going to attack with T-Rex to draw out the Thing in the Ice, transform, and then play Ghalta after in the second main phase. Then I have a bunch of stuff done. You get the idea. But of course they could have Disdainful Stroke, so I don't really want to do that. Okay, Treasure Cruise, that's good stuff. I have to assume they're going to flip Thing in the Ice. Ooh, Palani's Hatcher. We're going to try, at the very least. Good. Bounce all the creatures that they have. That's fine. I'm going to be playing something, don't you worry. And Awoken Horror, keep in mind, it doesn't have trample, so, there's chump blocking potential with Palani's Hatcher, of course. Hopefully that helps a little bit. At least one thing is left behind. But I love it, especially because Palani's Hatcher is 3 bodies in 1. Now, have we won? I think we're safe being at 12. It's just nice that Thing in the Ice is flipped. We got that out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it bouncing everything we have and everything that the opponent has. Okay, I could see him playing a creature. I could see him not having 2 for that Disdainful Stroke. That would counter the Ghalta that's possibly coming up. I think they want to get some, they want to get the Phoenix out. The one Phoenix that they have. Not too scary. Play creature, you know you want to. Taking them a while.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
My goodness, it's just treasure cruise, treasure cruise, treasure cruise all day long. Looking for that disdainful stroke, I think. Okay, not too bad. They might not have it. Oh, they got a piece of removal for Palani's Hatcher, maybe. Bouncing it. Of course, a lot of their stuff deals 3 damage. Their instant speed interaction. Or they just have Awoken Horde to block Palani's Hatcher. They don't have too much to worry about that. Thunderblade, how's it going? There was Pioneer, whatchamacallit. Yeah, we're going to play T-Rex for sure. Pioneer Masters on Arena here. Oh, a good old Ether Gust. Well, that is nice, for sure. It's a little bit rough, but send it to the bottom. I'm going to go with Sylvan Scrying. We're going to see... Well, we're going to grab a Cavern of Souls, basically. We're going to hope there's a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant on top. That we won't attack. But yeah, there was Pioneer Masters. It wasn't around super long. I guess it wasn't featured on Arena for a long time because the main set came out. The regular set shortly after. But yeah, it is on Arena. You can buy packs from it. You just have to dig a little bit in the store to find it. Question becomes, will they have enough to kill us? Is the Archlite Phoenix going to get big enough to be lethal for 9? You're going to have to draw 4 more cards. I'm pretty sure they can do that. Oh, that Temporal Trespass tends to do the trick, I would say. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, that's just how she goes sometimes. Can't always win. That's for sure. That was pretty crazy though. Cool to face Thing in the Ice. But Thunderblade, perhaps we can take a little bit of a tangent, very, very brief detour, and I'll show you in the store, Pioneer Masters. Maybe I should even open up a pack, just because, see if I can get lucky. Yeah, okay, Pioneer Masters still there. So we got Pioneer Masters, Foundations. Actually, I guess Pioneer Masters is the most recent set. You know what, let's open up a pack. I'm feeling lucky. It's going to be a rare wild card. I need 3 more, technically, to get the Regal Imperiosaur. Soul Flare. I've faced those particular decks before. Sometimes they can be rough, but the Soul Flare is not a very scary thing. It gets a lot of abilities. Sometimes it has double strike. Okay, so it hits me for 8 one turn, I'm down to 12. It hits me for 8 the next turn, I'm down to 4. I'm still not dead. It's not like it kills you even the next turn after it hits. And sometimes it doesn't even have double strike, so keep tickling away. Not the scariest thing in the world. Definitely. But yeah, just in the store there. Pioneer Masters, and most of the stuff needed to make it as close to tournament level Pioneer as possible. We didn't have Temporal Trespass. I believe Temporal Trespass came with Pioneer Masters, I'm pretty sure. Clockwise, Mono White Humans, perhaps, with that Ajani Avatar. I would like a much better hand, though. Sunken in a Stomping Ground is not going to go. Wasn't going to cut it, but that hand, absolutely. Played as, a wee bit safe. I lean more towards Vaultborn Tyrant. If I have to choose between Tyrranax Rex and Vaultborn, I didn't have any land in the top 5, so I might as well grab... Oh, is it back-to-back? Is it Phoenix? Huh. Hopefully I actually get, well, this, 2 Ghaltas is, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst. If you're new here, you put 1 Ghalta down, 1 Ghalta puts the second Ghalta with a Vaultborn, and you stack the draw triggers from Vaultborn above the second instance of, yeah, look, that's strange. 2 Izzet Phoenix in a row. It's been so uncommon, never facing it, and you never know what you're going to get. Alive is always very interesting. They don't have a Phoenix out. Okay, they do have a Phoenix in the graveyard. But they don't have one out yet. They don't have a Profs, no Leisure Shredder. I think for the most part, the Phoenix lists have trimmed the Leisure Shredder. Yeah, we should be on track. 6 mana next turn, nothing to play, but we do eventually get the Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Sometimes you just top deck a second Sunken, and with this particular deck we're facing, Izzet Phoenix, to do their thing, they have to expend their mana. There's a very good chance they could be completely tapped out. Not even have 1 mana left to stop what I'm about to do, to stop the you-know-what. I reorganized the things on my stream deck so they're in different places. I have to figure, okay, there it is.
Ruthless aggression.
Oh, yeah, might take me a bit to find the clips, but ooh, they could be dead. We're hit for 6. I don't care too much. I'm about to gain 6. When a Ghalta drops another Ghalta plus a Vaultborn, hopefully somebody else big for the turn. So we negate right now the damage that both Phoenixes dealt, and we could kill them. And we... this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. They die. They lose. They're not going to come back from this. Strap yourselves in, folks. You're in for a real treat. I just casually drew 6, and I'm going to put every single creature that I draw onto the battlefield. And they're dead. With the haste of all that stuff. You know, that's not, I guess it's not completely ruthless, but pretty ruthless. I don't want to deck myself with all the draw from Vaultborn Tyrant. I have not done that yet, fortunately, but it's probably going to happen at some point, you would think. Yeah, definitely Thunderblade there, just seeing your comment a couple minutes ago. But yeah, Temporal Trespass, I think it's pretty important to Izzet Phoenix. I don't know that they use the full playset, but it's just a very nice way to take an extra turn. If they've connected with a couple Phoenixes, they kind of like they have double strike if they take an extra turn after connecting, that sort of thing. But yeah, pretty key for that deck, for sure. Oh. But as you can see, Vaultborn Tyrant is pretty key for Stampede Dinos. I don't think you should really ever cut it. If you're looking to help against aggro, I would probably trim Tyrranax Rex and, you know, Carnage Tyrant. If you're looking to make space for Sweeper or a little bit more single target interaction, like the Rakdos Aggro though, 4 pieces of single target interaction is never going to be enough to consistently help you against that particular strategy. So then, I guess it goes to the case of, should you even bother bringing in just 4 pieces of single target interaction if it's, it's going to nudge up the win percentage a little bit, but you would have to face a lot of aggro for that to happen, and again, it's not super duper common. And a bunch of messages here. Oh, I know Thunderblade. Anybody else watching right now later on, I wish the Vaultborn Tyrant was cheaper for everybody who does not have it yet. What is it, like 30 US Still, might even be more than 30 US. But it's expensive for a reason. And I have no reason to not keep this hand. Could be basically perfect. 2 Sunkens, good. Sylvan Scrying grabbing that castle, I hope. Or we draw it, or we get a Commune. Of course it is a little bit slow, but like I said before at the start, go slow to go fast. You take a couple turns off not playing the early ramping creatures, but you are ramping. I played a Sunken Citadel. I could have played a Forest and a Llanowar Elves, and I would have achieved the exact same thing. I would have been 2 closer. 1 Sunken, 2 closer. Both things. I'm 2 closer, but Sunken is 1 card. A Forest and a Llanowar Elves, of course, is 2 cards. You need twice as many things to get 2 closer, with the Mana Dork example. At least I felt it's a pretty easy sell. No Spell Pierce, no Spell Pierce. You know, we had to try. I mean, technically we didn't. Potentially they would have tapped out on this turn, and maybe we would have resolved the Sylvan Scrying. Perhaps I got a little bit too excited. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Profs though, that's not fun. Ledger Shredder is getting pretty big. Yeah, I should have waited. That's okay. We'll maybe get the job done still. We're not dead yet. They don't have any Arclight Phoenixes in the graveyard, so think positive thoughts, for sure. Okay, never mind. That Ledger Shredder is getting pretty darn big. They were about to put 3 counters on it, getting to 8 power would have taken us down to 7. But it also could have gotten even bigger than that with other cards that draw them stuff. Yeah, okay. The Spell Pierce, oh my goodness. Oh, the Spell Pierce, sometimes it gets me. That hand would get me a loss if I kept it. Okay, much better. Way better. We don't exactly need the Forest. We played a little bit safe. With the Sylvan grabbing a castle, the Archdruids, we're representing an Archdruid's, a castle and a Sunken. And basically, we're looking at 7 mana. When we get all the stuff we're going to get. Very nice though that they are tapped out, so we can grab the castle for next turn to play Archdruids to get a Sunken to make 7 on turn 4. Hopefully stabilize a little bit with a Vaultborn Tyrant. Maybe play a Tyrranax Rex. Oh, speaking of Tyrant, as I drew it, hashtag pre-recorded. It's been a long time since I've used that saying. For anybody that's been around, because I play it so much and I know pretty much exactly what an opponent is going to do, I can pretty much predict stuff. And sometimes I just say what I'm about to draw and then I draw it. It's a testament of how good I am with the deck. I just name out a card and I get it the very next turn. Skills. That's a sign of a true master, absolutely. That's a joke for anybody that might be wondering. They wait, I wait. At the very least, I still have a Stomping Ground. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I bet you have a counterspell. So you know what I'm not going to... Well, I'm going to play a Commune to see what it gets. Spell Pierce... Oh, okay. I like a Castle Garenbrig. But what I'm saying is... Spell Pierce would not have stopped the Commune. I could have paid the extra 2 that Spell Pierce requires you. Oh, hey, look. Oh. I mean, technically I should use it. Yeah, we're going to use it. We're going to use it. Take advantage of this opportunity to grab Sunken Citadel, possibly kill him next turn. Keep in mind, if they're not tapped out, they might have that disdainful stroke. They would stop Ghalta. Then I'm just going to play Tyrranax Rex. But if they are tapped out, we go Ghalta and we kill. Oh, you have disdainful stroke, do ya? Do ya? Huh? You got that up your sleeve? Or Ether Gust. Hopefully it's not Ether Gust. Oh my, yeah. Whew. You had that disdainful stroke, didn't you, bud?
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I think they're dead. They took all this time off trying to stop what I did. Then I just didn't do anything, so they wasted time while I still progressed my game plan. Boom. You die. They couldn't even target Tyrranax Rex. They couldn't counter it. They didn't have enough mana to pay the ward for. All I needed to do was just play Vaultborn Tyrant. Not Vaultborn. Tyrranax Rex. There are a lot of dinos. Sometimes I get mixed up. Tyrants and... yeah. They have similar names. That's what I'm getting at. But oftentimes, all I need to do, all you might need to do, you just play Tyrranax Rex ahead of schedule, boom, it's going to get the job done. You might not play a single other creature, but you could play T-Rex and play a second one the next turn. You just lock things up. Pretty simple and straightforward. Playing a T-Rex ahead of schedule sometimes gets the job done. Yeah. Maybe it's going to be a third Izzet Phoenix in a row. Ooh, scary stuff. Hopefully, though, one Azorius control tonight. That would be pretty nice. Ooh. Ootnet. All right. Utenet. With that hippopotamus, hippocamp, whatchamacallit, I think it's a 5-color deck. 5-color Bring to Light, 5-color Overlord enchantments, Zur enchantments, that one legendary creature guy that makes enchantments into creatures for 1 in the white, gives them hexproof and death touch or something like that. And basically he can turn the Overlord enchantments into creatures earlier before their impending counters have gone off. You have to wait 4 or 5 turns. Once the last counter goes off, then it becomes a creature, but they could still have 3-4 counters on them. Zur makes them into a creature, then they get to attack and they get that lovely Overlord benefit. Kind of like that hand is going to benefit our chances. I'll start off with a Sunken. This is getting better and better. My oh my. Okay, we got Thoughtseize or Duress. If they don't rip Sylvan Scrying, we're going to use it next turn. Off of the forest there. Maintain 3 sources of green just in case we draw Archdruid's Charm. I don't want to play Cavern of Souls next turn. That doesn't make too much sense. Even though I don't have an Archdruid's Charm yet. It could happen. But what are they doing? Maybe they're glitching. Kind of like it's been laggy for some people. And I've heard that some people also have sideboarding issues, or they have... they have had sideboarding issues. Oh boy. Whoa. Okay. Strange. Maybe they're mad they didn't draw a second land. You know, like that. That was a possibility. Okay. Ran down the timer, doing nothing much. Maybe it's going to be my free win of the night. They felt the rumblings of how I so devastatingly beat that Izzet Phoenix opponent. Oh no, here's the guy that just beat that fantastic deck. I'm scared. I'm shook. I can't even bring myself to tap on the keyboard or tap on the screen of my phone. What do I want to press? It's hard because they don't have as much of a selection, again, like I said, with the clips here.
I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
I guess it's not very nice to beat an opponent in this sort of a way, but we're making 7 next turn. We don't need Pugnacious, that's for sure. We don't need much of anything if we're about to get the free win, but you get my idea. Next turn I'm making 7. I would be grabbing Ghalta. If I felt there was a good chance that they didn't have too much hand hate or lane destruction, I would take the turn off, even though I could go Carnage Tyrant. I know I'm going to be making 8 with the Cavern. Play Castle Garenbrig, or if they have a Field of Ruin, don't play Castle. I got my 3 sources of green with the 2 Sunkens in the forest, so I would play Cavern instead. Maybe they would make the mistake of popping Field of Ruin on the Cavern, perhaps. Usually it is Sunken, but let's say the Cavern of Souls draws out the Field of Ruin, which is good. That might have ruined their chances. Then Archdruid searches for the castle in response to the Field of Ruin. Or not a castle, it searches for the Ghalta. You get the idea. You get the idea. Victory, alright. One more time. Would be pretty cool, pretty crazy to get to Diamond on the very first day of the month. That would be an all-time record for me. No excuses not to get to Mythic, that's for sure. Alright, Azorius Control, let's go. It would be nice to get a good example of dumpstering that particular deck for all the new people that might be watching. Or maybe it's just having a hard time finding people. Huh. Maybe my face will pop up randomly. Perhaps I should try it. Maybe, I don't know. I won't fiddle with it. I'll tweak the camera after we're done here and see what glitches are happening, causing this. A silver opponent. Ugh. Again, it could be rough. I've been beaten by anybody and everybody. Oh, well, that might beat just about anybody. Mono white humans. Well, it is nice to see Castle Garenbrig, but we are facing off against what appears to be an aggressive deck. Oh, yeah, well, what did I just say? Before I knew what this opponent was on, I've been beaten by anything and everything. And oftentimes I get beaten by an aggressive deck that goes first. Might as well just quit now. I basically should. But oh yeah, definitely Thunderblade. 100% that is what's happening. We're not winning that. I wasn't even playing anything next turn. We were going to go down to basically 3. We weren't going to win. A Braid though, yeah, I'll bring it in. Keeping Pugnacious Hammerskull as well. It is an early creature, a big-sized creature that could possibly deter a little bit of aggression, I'm hoping. But yeah, so I think it's pretty easy. A pretty easy comparison for most people. Compare what Pugnacious Hammerskull does with this exact list. Compare what Regal Imperiosaur does. Switch them around. And I think the decision is quite clear. I don't really need to sell too many people on it. One thing is better than the others. Regal Imperiosaur is going to help in a basically similar way, exactly the same way. A big early thing that costs 3, but now instead with the Regal Imperiosaur, I'm just buffing everybody, which is better than what the Pugnacious Hammerskull is doing more often. I think that's a little bit better. If we have any hope of winning, Commune with Dinosaurs to dig for the second Sunken. We hope to make 7 on turn 4. Play the Vaultborn Tyrant and maybe stabilize just a wee bit. Oh boy. I'm just happy they haven't played Thalia. Of course they can't. She does cost 2, but now I get a Sunken? Sunken, maybe Sunken? Well, it's not Sunken. Might as well be Castle Garenbrig. Have that be our land for the turn, and I will probably be sticking Pugnacious. Keep in mind, though, I don't have a source of red for the Abrade. I am afraid. Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're getting the second Sunken, and next turn, Vaultborn Tyrant. That's where it's at. But I can choose red for the second Sunken. I have my source of red if Abrade is ever going to help at this point. But there's no, I don't think there's any scenario where I would play Abrade next turn instead of Vaultborn. We are taking a decent chunk, but having Vaultborn, as a blocker should be alright. Yeah, that would kill me next turn. Sadly, I do have to play Vaultborn, and it could be Brave the Elements, so all their creatures, they would gain protection from green or something. Basically, I would still die, because I couldn't block, but maybe we saved ourselves. Or they just play another Copper Coat Vanguard, or they kill it. Yeah, no, that's, I don't know, you lose to aggro. But if by some chance we're going to survive with 1 or 2 health, I would have played Castle Garenbrig and then Cavern of Souls the next turn. I would have been able to make 8. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. I would have played Ghalta, dropping Vaultborn, Pugnacious, and Hammerskull. No, and Carnage Tyrant. Pugnacious Hammerskull is the creature. You get what I'm saying. Alright. A bunch more again. Let's try and go for 2 hours. Maybe 2.5. Oh, maybe 3. Usually it is an hour. I wish it was usually 2, but if it's usually an hour and I go for 3, it's like 3 streams in 1. That's pretty good. That hand is also pretty good. Just in case things go south, at the very least, having Pugnacious. Oh, never mind. It's Rakdos Aggro. So it has been a fair bit of aggro tonight with the Azorius. 2 Rakdos Aggro opponents now. Yeah. An aggro opponent going first basically means you lose. We'll see if Pugnacious Hammerskull is going to help us out any bit. Whatever creature I do block, chances are I would be able to get to at least 6 power and just trade with Pugnacious. The toughness, though, is probably somewhat low. The toughness probably isn't getting to 7, but with the Emberheart Challenger, that definitely is a possibility. But then again, most people lose to this deck, even if you have a little bit of removal. That's not happening. In a perfect world, I would have played Sunken Citadel to supercharge myself and get to a big amount. But if I had played the second Sunken, I would have definitely been sunken. Well, we'll see if the 4 Abrades help enough. Perhaps squeak a win. Maybe I do have to tweak things a little bit, just because, again, it is the start of the month. People playing more aggressive stuff are more likely to play it. Have some hate. against those decks, more than just the Abrade here. Oh, it is better. It is better. I trimmed Palani's Hatch because I would be getting to 6 on turn 4 in a perfect world, which would get me Carnage Tyrant. 2 Carnage Tyrants. How about that? Wait and see what happens. Next turn I could draw a Castle Garenbrig, which would change what Commune would want to grab. I might as well wait one more turn. Would have been nice to take out the Hardfire Hero here. Yeah, that would have been pretty much perfect. Hey, we got another Sunken. I could play Vaultborn Tyrant next turn if I get the Castle Garenbrig. Again, I would expect there's a pretty good chance it's coming up. Or we're just dead. Depends how much they pump the Hardfire Hero. If they have the Callous Sellsword, it's a burning spell. It's Adventure that sacrifices a creature and deals damage equal to its power. The Hardfire Hero, whenever it dies, it deals damage to anybody equal to... It's bad. I think we're dead. Sack it. Oh. Okay. Yeah. If we block the Hardfire Hero, it dies, triggers its ability. You get the idea. Rough stuff. Yeah, you need more than 4 of one thing. Should I trim Altenac? Chances are, just get rid of Altenac again. I can persevere. I have a much better chance against opponents that have the Field of Ruins and whatnot. Versus various aggro. Oh, it's Thunderblade. It is fast, but its time will come. The clock is ticking. It's not like this is the absolute best that I could do against them. Maybe perhaps I have been dragging my feet, tweaking things to get better against aggro, but like I mentioned, there are periods of time where aggro is just completely uncommon. Never face it. Just doesn't happen. So dedicating so much in the sideboard towards that particular deck starts to not make quite as much sense. It wouldn't make much sense if I kept that hand. That could work. Yeah, Palani's to the bottom. Oh. Okay, well, what do we got? White. Artifacts. Tokens. Maybe. Well, okay. I kind of like a Cavern of Souls. I want to see a Commune with dinosaurs, a Sylvan Scrying, or basically any other land. A Sunken next turn would be ideal. Oh, well, there we go. We got our 3 sources of green. We're getting to 7. 7 on turn 4. Oh, okay. Redemption. Aggro was so rough that the algorithm took pity on me. Must have taken pity on me. But again, I would say, I don't know. It's very hard because sometimes I have multiple matches in a row where the opponent wins because they have, 4 Field of Ruins and Demolition Field. Those lands do the same thing. And I lose because they destroy my Castle Garenbrigs, my Sunken Citadels. I hate it. Just because there is potentially such a good option to combat that strategy. But then, like tonight, there's so much aggro and almost no land destruction. Yeah. I don't know. Lots to think about. A decently spread range in the sideboard. And it's not like Abrade is so narrow. Like I mentioned, it could destroy Damping Sphere with its other ability to destroy target artifact. Oh! We might be destroying target opponent with that hand. We only need to see a Castle Garenbrig, which we're probably going to see off of that Commune. Double mulligan from the opponent. Rough stuff. Maybe. My guess, though, is Azorius Artifacts. Yeah, that looks like Azorius Artifacts. Could also be Azorius Control. Oh, Azorius Lotus. Okay. Well. Well. Vaultborn Tyrant, absolutely. I want to be seeing that. It is interesting. I have faced Azorius Lotus Field a couple times before. Oh, you got the tail's end. Okay. Well, oh, another Sunken. This is basically perfect. I don't care. I don't feel bad whatsoever when I do beat. Oh, you got, yeah, Strict Proctor. I've faced you before. We know the drill. Taxes enter the battlefield, triggers, whatchamacallit. But basically, I play Tyrranax Rex, and, well, that doesn't have a trigger. It might trigger the opponent into being scared. They blocked with the Proctor. That's not good. You don't do that. You might just have died pretty much next turn. Hopefully play Ghalta. I have to imagine they're going to do something to... I don't know. Either way, we're going to take the hopeful chance to play it. No discontinuity. Don't do it. Oh. Tishana's Tidebinder, maybe. Huh. Interesting. They could also have... they could have a lot of stuff. They could. Just a little unfortunate I didn't have a Regisaur Alpha. They got a sweeper. I bet they have a sweeper. Hopefully it's Supreme Verdict. Huh. Either way, they're going to have a lot of mana next turn. Man, I need Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur. Hopefully it's not Sunfall or Farewell. Pretty much be saying farewell to my chances. Everybody being exiled. Not fun. Okay, we got Candy Trail. Dig for your sweeper. Dig for your sweeper. Do it. Alright. We got 7. Well, that's still a pretty healthy amount. Huh. Strange. Very strange. Well, I'm just going to play a Ghalta. Just to see what they have. Draw a bunch more stuff. Keep the one that's out already. Again, they must have something up their sleeve. They got that Settle the Wreckage. They must have Settle the Wreckage. Draw a bunch, gain some life. Get some more gas. Don't exactly need Pugnacious Hammerskull in this moment. Must be Settle. Must be. Instant Speed Sweeper. Okay, well, we got it out of the way. Again, if I didn't attack with lethal, they probably wouldn't have used Settle the Wreckage. Keep that in mind, too. I was almost going to attack with Vaultborn, but that was unnecessary, I guess. Now we just hope they don't have another sweeper. I can search for any creature and play it with Archdruid's Charm, since supremely, they have removal for Vaultborn, They must. Huh. This is interesting. We're activating Castle Garenbrig, absolutely. We're tapping 3 lands to make 6. We got 1 red for Palani's Hatcher. You know what? Yeah. If I'm going to use up Cavern of Souls, no counterspell, it's going to be the red for Palani's. Trigger it, maybe draw somebody big. Tyrranax Rex would be nice. That's for sure. Although Pugnacious is good too, we still have 3 green for the Archdruid's Charm that's in my hand. Maybe we can get him. Oh, another Pugnacious. Well, you know what? Let's just try that. Yeah, we get lost. It's rough, for sure. See what's on top with Commercial District there. I don't need a Sylvan Scrying. I can tell you that much. They gotta have removal for the Vaultborn. Oh, they don't. Oh. just a sorcery speed sweeper? It must be. Oh, main phase memory deluge for 7. That was certainly out of nowhere. Have you ever seen a main phase memory deluge for 7? For 7. That is pretty interesting, but again, I think the most interesting point is the fact that I've faced Azorius Lotus Field control, not Azorius Lotus Field combo. It just uses Lotus Field to ramp and play some big stuff. It is more painful than regular Azorius control, but still. Why one day has it cropped up after never facing it? Honestly, I might have faced it once or twice before in total. I don't know. In the past couple months. Twice in a day. Huh. Strange. Very strange. You never know what you're going to get, that's for sure. You never know that the camera is going to crap out pretty much right around the start. Yeah, basically right around the start. Huh. I'm just glad the stream didn't completely quit out. That's very nice indeed. Die. Name sounds familiar. I think I've faced this person before. Oh, love it. I'm going first. I gotta go off with Commune to turn Commune into something that can be discarded. My second land is going to be Sunken. Then turn 3 I would have 3 hopefully for one of the Archdruids. Hopefully it's not gone. But it is nice to have a Ghalta, even though they're only 2. Not the best thing in the world. I will make it happen. Like you saw there, one Ghalta putting another Ghalta out. Ooh, lovely. Lovely. Sometimes though, you would think there would be at least one land in the top 5 for the community. Oh, look what they're casting. Oh, look at that. What did I tell you? You turn Commune into something that can't be discarded by the hand. Oh my God. Castle Garenbrig. They could be dead. If I draw some other dino other than Ghalta, I'm on track to make 8 mana on turn 4. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, oh boy, you're in for a real treat. A real treat. Oh, duress. Huh, funny. Of course they saw Archdruids. I would respond to duress by casting Archdruids, and then duress does nothing. Like, literally anything. I mean, I hope for a Vaultborn. If we get a Vaultborn Tyrant, they're probably dead, but pretty much any creature. You know, the Palanis or Regisaur or Vaultborn or Tyrranax Rex. Anything. Oh, well, there we go. That's pretty good. I can't attack with Ghalta, but spending 8 to put those 2 things down, to get those 2 things, that's pretty sweet. You gotta admit. Even if it wasn't the crazy barf 6 creatures, that's a pretty good worst case scenario. The worst case is just playing Ghalta and not putting anything out, but the most decent worst case. Hopefully it don't make me sacrifice T-Rex with Shieldred's Edict. Good. Good. Oh. Sometimes you just get a second one. What was I saying a couple matches ago? All it takes sometimes, you just slap a T-Rex down and you attack, and you sometimes get a second one, and then they finish off the opponent. You don't have to play Plains, Regisaur, Pugnacious, Carnage Tyrant, Vaultborn. Honestly, if I could see Tyrranax Rex even more than I do already, I would like that. Pugnacious, Hammer Skull. It could be something that searches your library for a creature and puts it into your hand. Technically, the spot, I mean, it's not a creature itself, but it becomes a creature. You can consider it a creature. It could be Fierce Empath. That would allow you to see Tyrranax Rex, that fantastic elf costing 2 and a green. For a 1/1, when it enters, you search your library for a creature with a mana value 6 or greater, and you put it into your hand. Well, as you know, you can see, the big things I want to grab have a mana value of 6 or greater. Basically, Fierce Empath reads, for this deck, grab the thing you wanted to grab anyways and put it in your hand for 3. And you do have that small creature behind you, chump block. Doesn't matter, you got the benefit of the Fierce Empath, and pretty good. Pretty good, but this could be better. We know the Thoughtseize is in duress. We know the opponent has Thoughtseize in duress. Nah, still too risky. They're going to get rid of Commune and Archdruids. Oh, they're really bad. Oh, man, that's, yeah, that's unfortunate. But we're going first. Sometimes that's what happens. Keep it the same? Well, yeah. Keep it the same. Okay. That was me stretching, if you're wondering. You wouldn't have seen it if the camera was working, but... yeah, okay. See, look, sometimes it just takes a completely new game. We're making 7. They can't stop me from making 7. Thoughtseize and Duress your heart away. They're going to get rid of Vaultborn, I bet. It's alright. Well, nice to see Commune, though. Maybe getting the second Sunken. Oh, look. Oh. Now we can use Archdruids to grab the Vaultborn, and we're making 7 on turn 4. Phew. Packing a punch, I hope. Oh. But we're still making 7 on turn 4. It's fine. It's all good. We can play Regisaur on turn 4. We can make 7 mana, but we only use 5 of it. That's a pretty good backup. I don't need 2 of the lands, 2 of the 3 lands that I have in my hand, which again, nuts, absolutely crazy. I can play any creature in the deck. No more lands, don't do it. A Commune with Dinosaurs would be pretty good. Could possibly grab a Vaultborn Tyrant, still be able to play it. Hopefully they use a bit of hand hate. There is one card that they can't see, so they might be thinking, oh, yeah, maybe I should. They got Fatal Push for the token. Oh, never seen that before in my life. Vaultborn Tyrant would be pretty much ideal to help us stabilize. Yeah, the Pugnacious, not so much. But again, we'll keep that Castle Garenbrig in my hand. Keep that hidden information to maybe draw out a Thoughtseize or something. Some big creature, any creature, no more lands, don't do it. Vaultborn Tyrant, let's go. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of mana. Invoke Despair, that's no fun. Yeah, Vaultborn Tyrant. A Vaultborn Tyrant or Commune would be ideal. Yeah, Archdruids, I could search for Carnage Tyrant and still play it. Maybe. Oh, or I just get it. Maybe that's enough to save myself. You never know. Or they just make me sacrifice it with another Invoke Despair. That would not be fair. Yes. Dastardly Ritual Chamber. Even the Vaultborn Tyrant probably would be not enough to save us. I don't think. You're going to be attacking with 18 flying. That's it. Reflection of Kiki Jiki makes a copy of the demon token at the end of our next turn. I mean, it would be nice, but maybe that's enough to scare him away. Get him. Not really. You do the best you can, I guess. That tends to do the trick. Two. Super Flood. Yeah, bring it back around. That was pretty unfortunate, though, that second game. Oh, so rough. So rough. Aggro. Azorius, where you at? Too much aggro. I just like that it does change from day to day. Nothing is ever the same. At least for me, it keeps things interesting, even though I do play the same deck all the time. I'm always facing different stuff, different mixtures of stuff. That first hand was very bad. This one definitely quite a bit better, with 2 Sunken Citadels and the Archdruid's Charm. Definitely a keeper in my books. Question becomes, should Carnage Tyrant go to the bottom? With the 2 Sunkens, I think there's a very good chance we get to 7 on turn 4 and we would be playing Vaultborn Tyrant. We would be skipping over Carnage, and I may want the haste from... Oh, it's Mono Green Devotion. Usually, who doesn't lose to Mono Green Devotion? Yeah, maybe we get lucky. Hopefully we get lucky. Eventually, once they play Kiora. Or Outcaster Trailblazer. There it is. Okay. A forest next turn, you know, Archdruid's Castle Garenbrig. It could be on track for a nice explosive amount. Could surprise them. They don't have a Nykthos, so I mean they're probably getting it now with Cavalier. Oh yeah, they got it. Well, we'll see if we get a green source next turn untapped. We have to, otherwise we have lost against this particular opponent. We're not. Oh, okay, good. We'll wait for them to pop off. We have one chance, and yeah, we'll see. I'm just glad they don't have Kiora yet. Okay, we got 4 left. Or another Nykthos. Good. 1 mana left. Oh, folks, this is it. Attack with everybody. Do it. You know you want it. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, you goofed up. Oh, perfect. I imagine they're dead. Hopefully they're dead. I'm just glad I kept Regisaur Alpha and didn't put it to the bottom. Oh man. I love it. Love it when a plan comes together. If of course we beat them. I think it's enough. 2 old growth trolls, I mean, there's no reason to do the math. I'm just going to do the biggest and best thing I can as fast as possible and hope for the best. There's no reason to not attack with everybody. We survived 1 turn, just fortunately enough. That does not always happen against Mono Green Devotion. No, that's perfect. That's exactly lethal. 21 damage, trample still continuing to the opponent. Exactly lethal. Ooh. Oh, I love it. Hopefully they're shook enough that they don't come back, because that does not always happen. I mean, I kind of like Weathered Runestone. It only stops non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries from entering. They could go storm the festival and still get a Nykthos. I don't know. I don't think it's quite enough. I could honestly bring an Altanac to Thrice Called just to get back, my own Castle Garenbrig, or a Sunken Citadel if the opponent uses their own Boseiju who endures. They have a Boseiju who endures. At least a couple. Yeah, we'll see. But again, you don't usually get lucky like that twice in a row, twice in one match against mono green. I mean, that might do it. It's not terrible. But it's not fast. I'm just glad they don't have a Leyline of the Guild Pact out. I would assume they have it in there. I thought pretty much every mono green list should have it in. Yeah, no Nykthos. Nothing around. It's perfectly fine. Again, we wait for a Commune. I could draw a Castle Garenbrig next turn, but then I would go with Commune to dig to see if I get a second Sunken. Play that instead of the Castle Garenbrig that I might have just drawn, and could be a little bit better. Castle or Sunken? Let's do it. Oh, they could have made 5 mana and they didn't do anything with that. I like our chances here. I don't like our chances here. No land in the top 5. Very, very painful indeed. Especially, yeah, because I sent a Sylvan Scrying to the bottom, which can't grab with Commune, unfortunately. Darn. Storm the Festival. Something big. Okay. Well. Yeah, no, we're not coming back from that. No siree. Okay. Yeah. I think there's a pretty low chance that we see Boseiju who endures. It's only ever, one or two copies, I think. I'm just going to keep Pugnacious in. Maybe a Braid could be nice. The odd time. Take her to Mana Dork at a key point to stop him from getting technically 2 mana closer, because the Mana Dork does increase their devotion to green. Perhaps. That would be a bad hand. I would basically never keep it against anybody. That is better. It certainly could be a lot worse. Send Pugnacious to the bottom. We might need as much haste as possible with the Palanis and the Regisaur. At the very least, Sylvan Scrying. We're grabbing Castle Garenbrig next turn, and well, hey, look, that's good too. Maintain 3 sources of green. Try to get 3 sources of green for the turn 3 Archdruids, which I did just achieve. No Nykthos, no Super Oh, did they not get another land? Ooh, yeah, yes, please, let's do it. Oh, they did. Okay, took them a while to play that. Oh, another Dork coming in hot. Not. Wow. Oh, yeah, it's got to be the Sunken. Very, very nice indeed. Depending what we draw next turn, it could be Ghalta. If it is Ghalta, we might be able to make the magic happen. 8 mana on turn 4, or turn 5, I should say. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that basically does it. We search for Ghalta and we could win. We could win. Oh boy. We could win. On the cusp of beating one of my arch nemesises. Invasion. You're finding another Nykthos, aren't you? They have played a land already, so it's not going to be that. Okay, just untap it. Play the troll. Tap it again. Make 9. Storm the Festival. As long as they don't get another Kiora, tap, untap Nykthos, I think we've got a decent possibility. Especially if they attack with the Cavalier this turn. Oh, no, no, don't do it. I jinx myself. Folks, I jinx myself by saying another Kiora. Darn. Storm the Festival, maybe. Don't know why they wouldn't play Old Growth Troll. 4, 6. Oh, they're going to give everybody haste and stuff with the oddity. Do it. Oh, are you kidding me? You get a third Kiora. This is nonsense garbage. Well, we might not be dead, but we could be dead. Hopefully they don't get a fourth Kiora. Maybe I did just jinx myself. I could have. Oh. 14. Are you? Oh, you gotta be kidding. That's BS. Dumb garbage. Oh well, we'll move on and hope to not face that nonsense again tonight, at least. That was stupid. Even just having 2 cures, it would have been good. The third, though, locked it up, I think. Either way, dumb. I'm just glad it's not as common. It's probably every couple of days, maybe once a week that I face it. Ah, well. Shucks.
Dang! Oh!
Gorilla. I'm pretty darn sure I've faced Gorilla before. It could be okay. Nah. That's a little bit better. You know, a Sunken in a Forest with 2 Archdruid's Charms. Ascending Pugnacious definitely to the bottom. Sea of Forest, Castle Garenbrig, Commune, Sylvan Scrying. And I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. A little bit less good. Of course, Archdruid's Charm is gone 100%, without question. But maybe the opponent goofs. You never know. They could. Oh, okay. That was maybe a little bit too optimistic, even though they are in gold. Oh, Dimir waste not. This is not fun. Not fun at all. Might as well be a Stomping Ground at this point. I don't have anything that costs 2. I can't play anything if I had played the Stomping Ground untapped or whatnot. Oh, 2 waste not. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, I'm bringing in Tyrranax the Thrice Called. I can tell you that much. Yeah, make your 2 zombies. Make your 2 zombies. At least I can play Carnage Tyrant next turn. Oh, yep, it's Storm Chaser's talent. This deck. Bouncing, discarding stuff. I think I hate it more than Mono Green Devotion. We're going to mess it up. Don't worry. Of course, they could have a counter spell for Archdruids because they are in blue. Good. Good stuff. Okay. Shieldred's Edict, possibly. Maybe. Good. Good they don't have it. I like it. Also could be Liliana of the Vale at some point here. Tatsu's not too. Tyrranax Rex has to be gone, I bet. It's got to be Tyrranax Rex. Okay. I mean, it would be nice to play Palani's Hatcher next turn if I draw a land that enters untapped. That would help us out quite a bit. Definitely take out this otter token. That has the potential to be decently big with prowess and whatnot. Could we possibly make it happen? Maybe. If I can play Ghalta next turn with this Sunken Citadel, which we're on track for 8, I can't attack with Carnage Tyrant. I have to play it as safe as possible. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. It's alright. It's gotta be Palani's Hatcher. We're not dead yet, but we basically are dead with these stupid zombies. Vaultborn Tyrant. Pugnacious Hammer Skull does nothing. That's just dumb. Okay. Alternate the Thrice Gods. We're going to be getting back lands that we discard, which could be very, very nice indeed, along with the potential Field of Ruin and Demolition Field from this evil opponent. Don't think they have to do too much different stuff. Although, again, I do expect Field of Ruin and Demolition Field. Man, I hate this deck. I did face it twice in a row, I think. Twice in one night. 5 or 6 nights ago. That was not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight at all. But if Waste Not becomes popular once again, I got hate for it. Don't you worry. The classic and fantastic Leyline of Sanctity, but could be okay-ish. Archdruid's Charm is not going to survive. It's not going to stick around. Oh, well, that's better. Definitely. Carnage Tyrant to the bottom. We got 3 sources of green if Archdruid sticks around. Could be good. It's better than the first hand for sure. Hopeless Nightmare. We get rid of a Stomping Ground because Alternate could get it back. Oh, very nice indeed. It's kind of nice getting that forest. That might have saved us. I think it definitely saved us. I'm getting that Sunken. 100%. Yeah, don't you worry. I'm just glad they don't have Field of Ruin. Of course, it would be nice to get Vaultborn Tyrant down next turn, which we can't with that commercial district. Yeah, bouncing your own things, replaying it to get the discard, and all that shenanigans. All the shenanigans that it goes along with. Okay, I'd like 2 Vaultborns. Also like a Regisaur Alpha. Having 2 Vaultborns hopefully means we're safe enough, but it could be you make me discard 2 right here, maybe. That's always painful. Yeah, just keep replaying your own things. Good. That would have been infuriating if they had a Thoughtseize as well. Losing Vaultborn here. Okay. I like another Sunken, I gotta say. I like another Sunken quite a bit. Yeah, you know, we stabilize, we got a creature, things like that. Extinction events, really? Huh, it's alright. And I play Sunken. I have nothing to discard, so might as well. At the very least, they would have to activate Gyre Reach Sanitarium to make us discard something. I'm okay with that. Make me sacrifice Regisaur, maybe. Hopefully not. Odd. Maybe this is going to be enough to get the job done. Just go, 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 go. Watch out. They're not dealing 9 to me this turn, I can tell you that much. What you gonna do? Well, they're not dealing 7. Boom. Okay, down to 5. I'm still not dead. Yeah, that's what you get. I was very tense going down to 1. I don't know why I'm looking into the camera. You can't see me looking into the camera, but take my word for it. Man, another pesky, painful deck. What do I want to use against it? Let me think. A Braid doesn't do much. Back to Nature could hurt. If I time it right to take out their enchantments, the enchantments that they want to bounce. Altenac the Thrice Called kind of was good, but again, they got a lot of discard. If we see an Altenac, that really could turn things around. If I do get rid of a Castle Garenbrig or a Sunken Altenac, getting it back onto the battlefield, pretty good. Of course, I would get a zombie if they have Waste Not. Oh. The first and second hands, no land. Well, that's going to be it. Definitely have to send both of those to the bottom. Might as well keep Carnage Tyrant. Is what it is. There's a chance I could play Carnage Tyrant. Maybe save myself a bit. That Waste Not would be nice to get rid of. But Archdruid's Charm is pretty good. Hopefully getting a Sunken Citadel. That'd be nice. Oh, well. An Altenac also. Quite nice indeed. Vaultborn Tyrant or Tyrranax Rex next turn would be pretty darn good. Yeah, let's see. You know what? Commercial District. Just to have a land in the graveyard for Altenac to get back. You know the drill. Oh, they don't have 2 black. They didn't use the 2 black. That's good. That's very good for us. I don't imagine they can counter Archdruids for a single blue. Good. I'd be surprised if they had a Spell Pierce, that's for sure. I'm going to play Palani's Hatcher. I think Palani's Hatcher could be the way to go. Go wide, go aggressive, you know, maybe draw out a Fatal Push on this token, possibly. Oh, no Fatal Push. No Fatal Push.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
It's not too bad. It was a bit of removal. That Otter does not have Trample. We're going to chump with that Dino token, absolutely. We're going to get rid of Altenac. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Altenac. We're playing Palani's Hatcher next turn. Or a Vaultborn or T-Rex if we draw it. They have nothing. This is good for me. Very good. Gonna get rid of Liliana. At the very least, we take her down to 1, sending both towards it. I think that's probably our best bet. To save Liliana, they have to block with one of the zombies. I'm okay with this. I'll get rid of Altenac. They make a zombie if they go +1. Oh, ooh, that is good. Seems like we're discarding 2 things though, but yeah, that's all right. Carnage Tyrant might be enough to finish him off, wipe him out. Okay. Well, how about that? Is it enough to kill him? Let me think. 12, no. We finish off Liliana of the Vale and send everybody towards the opponent. Taking out... Yeah. They got a whole lot of nothing. We'll keep that we keep the Stomping Ground in hand, just in case I get something good from Gaia Reach Sanitarium. If I had nothing and I drew a good creature, I would have to discard the creature. But now, poof. Oh, look. I certainly would like a Commune with Dinosaurs instead of losing it if I had played Stomping Ground. Oh boy. Oh, we got a fatal push. No, that's not gonna cut it, buddy boy. Ooh. Ooh. What do I got press something good.
Ruthless aggression.
Oh my. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good place to end it. Like I said, I was maybe going to go for 3 hours, something like that, but 2 hours I think is pretty good. And again, I want to figure out why the camera quit on me. Finally settle all these kinks and wacky issues that have been happening the past couple days. But yeah, that's pretty much the most satisfying nightcap you can think of. Beating a dastardly painful Dimir waste not. Wasted him. Alright. And also the most positive thing, I would say, more hate against aggro. Nothing really with the graveyard. Not really anything Greasefang related. And again, I sense that it's going to be popular for a couple days, maybe a week. All people have to do is bring in graveyard hate. There's a lot of it. And Greasefang is going to completely fall off the face of the planet. I would imagine it falls off the face of the planet. Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Right now, later on, whenever it is you're watching, wherever it is. Hope to see you next time, sometime soon. Whatever you're doing, I hope work goes good for you. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?